Good morning. My name is Anonymous Yet Typical Facebook Poster. The purpose of this 5-minute message is to explain the world to you as it really is. Well, at least as I think it is. Please understand, I am one of the very few posters left who has no bias, no prejudice in my view of the world. Above all, I have no blind spot about how I view the world. You see, my perspective is simply the right one. That's not my fault. If you don't agree, well, let's just say, I don't understand how you can be so wrong. I mean no offense. I'm sure you will see the light someday. Well, let's get on with it. You see, the candidate or party that I like is the right one. How do I know? Because they say the things I agree with. Therefore, they must be right. I pick, choose, and distort the same facts they do. How smart of them. They see the world in the way I do. Since I have the truth, they do as well. You see, my truth is the truth. I hope that explains it. Speaking of truth, my view of God is exclusively the right one. How do I know? Well, when I read the scriptures, I read those parts that agree with what I believe. See how easy that is? Please understand, I am not a person of opinion. I have convictions. Everyone knows that convictions are better than opinions. How I practice my religion isn't my preference, it's my doctrine. If it isn't yours, well, let's just say that God would much prefer you agree with me. He told me that. I hope that explains it. When I see different people, I prefer to emphasize our differences. Doesn't that make perfect sense? Those who aren't me, or at the least like me, are the other. Everyone understands that once I define someone as the other, they are revealed as less than me. That isn't my fault. It isn't my fault they aren't as smart, aren't as open-minded, aren't as educated as me. After all, they are simply and foremost the other, however I defined that. The other party, the other religion, the other prejudiced person who simply doesn't have the foresight and the common sense to see the world as I do. I hope that explains it. Well, that's about it for right now. I hope you have enjoyed this explanation of the world according to me, or perhaps according to you. Perhaps, just perhaps, there is another way. Maybe we, you and I, could learn to focus on our similarities instead of our differences. Perhaps we could learn to value those who are different from us. Once we learn to value them, we can learn to learn from them. Once I learn that I can learn from them, I will have learned to respect them, even if they think, worship, vote, and live differently from me. Especially if they think, worship, and vote, and live differently from me. Wade Davis, the eminent anthropologist, once said, "Other cultures are not failed attempts at being you. They are unique manifestations of the human spirit." In a similar manner, Nobel laureate Niels Bohr said, "The opposite of a correct statement is a false statement. The opposite of a profound truth may well be another profound truth." Can you see the profound truth in the one who disagrees with you? Blessings on all my Facebook friends. In these challenging times, may we truly come to appreciate those who are not us. Only then can we come together, to work together, to make the world a better and a unified place.